Good afternoon to the parents, teachers, administration, and my fellow graduates. As we move on to institutions with presumably, hopefully, more windows, I congratulate you. Thanks for laughing at that, even though President Rabb already made the joke. Now, it doesn't take too much time in the hallways or the courtyard to realize that everyone here is crazy. Spirit Day on Bear Mountain, where the junior-senior faculty, junior-senior football game temporarily turns everyone into rowdy sports fans, is pretty civilized in comparison to what goes on at Hunter, where everyone's absolutely nuts. It doesn't surprise me now, a fact Dr. Fisher pointed out when he welcomed us in 7th grade, that we're in the other category, along with schools run by correctional and healthcare facilities. We're glad to be run by Hunter College because this is where they keep the best of the crazies. One time, I was walking down the sophomore hallway when I heard loud screaming on the other end. It sounded like a fight had broken out. I couldn't get through because it was so crowded, so I went around the floor to see what was going on. 2 kids sitting on a chessboard. Seriously, if you want to create a ruckus really quickly, go in the hallway and ask a philosophical question. God, feminism, string theory, Marx. Say the words and instantly, you'll get at least 20 kids coalesce into a massive clot, intellectual, guns a-blazing. Sorry, teachers, this is why you can't get through the hallway. That and when our class decides to build an elaborate string maze. This intellectual curiosity, the constant poring over Wikipedia to fact-check each other and our teachers, to make arguments. This pandemonium, it carries over outside of academics. I found myself waiting for class outside the music room where a violinist, a guitarist, a pianist, and a trumpeter were all practicing different pieces at the same exact time. Random scales, trills, riffs everywhere. And the violinist turned to all of them and said, "I can't believe I'm sitting in a room with 3 virtuosos. You guys are amazing." One of them replied back, 4. And that's the other unique quality about Hunter. Everyone's constantly trying to make themselves better, but they're also trying to make their friends better by supporting their work. Most of you may not love classical music, and I see Mr. Stravich kind of crying over there, I'm sorry. But you probably went to a friend's musical recital. Some of you may still not understand Shakespeare after writing an essay on Macbeth in 8th grade, but you almost definitely went to go see the school's Shakespeare Shaq's productions. You may not know who LeBron James is, but you probably went to Hunter's homecoming or other basketball game. The way Hunter thinks is, if you have a friend in it, how can you not go? This kind of support outweighs the competitive rat race you might see at other specialized high schools. Sorry. This became clear during the college process. It was surreal walking through the senior hallway after Ivy League results came out. Hugs everywhere, some for consolation, others as congratulations. That day, a senior left a tub of ping pong balls in the hallway, all with cheesy motivational quotes that I plan to use at the end of the speech. We can all take one and know that even though Ivy schools may not love us, we all love each other. At least until we have to make a great sweatshirt, then all the claws come out. That seems to be the Hunter ethos. Not only to be constantly curious and improve yourself, but then to help your friends do the same. That's why before every test, you have a massive Google Docs study sheet where everyone shares notes and collaborates. Before every paper, you know that you can find a friend to proofread it, even if it's in the computer lab the period before it's due. And if 3 people in the school know about a particular cause or rally, you can be sure that by the next day, 300 people will know. That's the power of a student body that refuses to sit idle and keep its convictions to itself. Now, it also helps that we have some of the greatest teachers around. Thank you all so much for putting up with us. You're just as crazy as us. I don't know how you do this to yourself year after year, day after day. And I see Ms. Curtis shaking her head saying, I don't know why I do this either. They really care, and if that means giving up their time after school to help you, they'll do that. That's why Ms. Lukash always walks around with a clump of at least 5 students attached to her hip, all the way from the classroom to her office. In fact, teachers are so cool, they'll even cha-cha with you, as I learned during semi. Step on their toes and they won't fail you. Now, on the other hand, they care so much, they'll actually fail you for writing a terrible paper, even if that means filing a lot of paperwork. Wouldn't a D have been easier on both of us? Our coaches know a few things about not making life easy. Thank you for not letting us wheedle our way out with bad excuses, or good excuses. It doesn't matter if you have 2 tests the next day. You should have been studying all along. You're coming to practice. As Coach Potter once exclaimed, "A stomach virus? We would have gotten you a bucket. You should still show up." Now, we owe another thanks to the administration. We all know Dr. Fisher's crazy ties set the tone for the rest of this crazy institution. And I know you can't see them, but I can almost guarantee you it's there under the robe. We also know there's no thrill in eating in the hallway without the looming specter of Miss Siegmund's wrath. Now, we know she's done more to help us and make sure that we graduate more than we have. When our craziness gets the best of us, we also know we have our guidance counselors to help us get through it. And finally, thank you to our parents, guardians, and family. I want everyone now to look to their family and, on my count, say thank you. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be here. Literally. I know you guys can't wait till I'm done so that you can Snapchat and Instagram selfies in your caps and gowns. There's probably a picture of me up already captioned, "Why this guy talks so long?" on the Facebook meme page, which is hands down one of our class's most significant collective achievements. So I'll be quick. What does crazy mean? Passion, compassion, and curiosity. That's the Hunter ethos. That's what keeps us together, and that's what makes this community so special. So even though I'm in the same shoes as you and I really have no way to give you advice, I'll try. Stay crazy and spread it wherever you go, because the world needs more people who aren't afraid to care. The famous author Kurt Vonnegut once said, "True terror is to wake up one morning and discover that your high school class is running the country." I can't wait to come back to our reunions, terrified out of my mind. Congratulations, class of 2013.